Hello Stampers and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Summer can be a crazy time of the year, but so can the rest of the year as well. So this card is perfect. Just breathe. Just breathe and relax, take a deep breath, let it out, and just enjoy life. And just know that if you're going through something hard, you'll get through it and it'll be okay. And sometimes you need to rest on others, and sometimes you can lift others up. So either way, just breathe. And this card is perfect for any occasion that you can just send this card to someone just to let them know you're thinking of them, or just to know that you're getting ready to go on a vacation with them and you're super excited, and it's just so peaceful. I just love how peaceful and relaxing this looks. It looks like a nice little beach chair. I can feel the spring breeze or summer breeze coming through, and it just makes me want to breathe, relax, and calm down, and I absolutely love it. So to create this card, I did a more stepped up version here and then a simpler version here. So I actually used the new stamp set, Colorful Seasons, which is this one here, and it actually has so many wonderful greetings and images for every season, but it also coordinates with the seasonal layers framelits, so you can bundle and save 10% whenever you purchase these two together. So you can see that there are framelits for like every single image practically, but there's also some super fun extra images like this Adirondack chair and the little scallop along the edge, but otherwise there's all these fun images that coordinate with the images in the stamp set. So to make this simple card, we're going to do this one here, and then I'll explain that one a little bit. So to make this card, I started with a piece of soft sky as my card base. So it is 8.5 by 5.5, and so then I just folded that in half, and then we're going to stamp that Just Breathe at the top using Dapper Denim ink. So I'm just going to ink up this image. It is quite a large image, which is perfect because, you know, we really need to be yelling. Just breathe, just relax and enjoy. So perfect for up top. Of course, it's the amazing scrolly image, and you know how much I love my scrolly images. So now I just want to show you how I created that sand. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but I actually sort of have like a sandy look to that crumb cake cardstock down there on the bottom. I almost feel like this one came out a little bit better. You can see like the little sprinkles and stuff. But how I did that is I took a piece of crumb cake. This measures 4 1/4, so it goes side to side, and then it's 2 inches tall. So I took that and I took one of our spritzers. I put alcohol in the spritzer. You do want to make sure that you're using a rubbing alcohol that is 70 proof or less. If you use higher than that, it'll start to eat out the plastic of the spritzer, and then it tends to clog. So I think mine is like 50 proof or something like that. Real cheap. You can pick it up at any store. So I just filled it with alcohol, and then I did 6 drops of chocolate chip re-inker. So I just dropped in those 6 drops, shook it up, and then now I'm just going to spritz this cardstock. And I've kind of gone back and forth on how I want to show this on camera because spritzing makes me really nervous, and I think I've decided I'm not going to do it on camera. But I am going to show you how I did it. So what I actually did is I placed the cardstock in my box, and I laid it on the bottom of the box, and I spritzed to the back of the box. So I didn't actually spritz like facing down onto it. I actually spritzed like this, and so I'm hitting my hand with my spritz, and the sprinkle is what's falling down and lightly trickling all over my cardstock. So I probably spritzed like maybe 3 times. Again, I was like, you know, not too far apart, but not super close either. And I just kind of spritzed like 3 times on the back of the box and let the pieces, let the little mist sprinkle down onto my cardstock. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so let's see if it'll focus. Can you see those little sprinkles on there? Let me see if I can get, here's that. Maybe you can see it better there. I don't know if you can see those. Be sure to check out my blog, laurastampad.com, where I'll have these photos, and I'll make sure that you can see it in the photos of both of these projects. So now that I have it spritzed, I'm just going to rip this cardstock in half, because that's how I'm going to get that double layer. So now I'm just going to add one of the pieces to the bottom here, and then I'm going to layer the other one. So I kind of like to offset them a little bit so that it looks a little like there's a mountain, or like 3D with the sand kind of popping out. So I'm just going to add a little adhesive to the bottom here, and then place this right on top. And you can go as tall or short as you wish. And then now I'm just going to add this to my card front. So I'm adding it all the way at the bottom, and then it meets up side to side on either sides of the card. So there we have that fabulous sand. Now it's time to add our little Adirondack chairs. So you could either do one little Adirondack chair like this, or you could always do the two, just like that. So what I actually did with mine is I used the fine tip glue pen. Love, love, love this glue for little intricate pieces. And I actually just added it right there where the arms are, and then all along this bottom square. So I didn't really mess with doing it in between all those little dots and everything. I just did it on the arms and then around the square there, and pressed it down, and I like to hold for a good, 10 seconds or so, just to make sure that that adhesive has a great chance to grab a hold of the cardstock and it doesn't pop up and then dry, and then I realize that it didn't grab a hold very well. So I just like to hold it for a little bit to make sure that it holds really well, and then you can see how the top kind of pops up, so then it looks a little bit more 3D. So again, I'm just going to do the little arms of the chair and then all along that bottom section. And again, you don't need a ton of this this glue, because otherwise it'll kind of squish out on you. You just need just a little bit. And again, we're gonna hold that for 10 seconds. And then our card is all complete and it's perfect and ready to go. Send that out to any friend. You could make tons of these and send it to all of your friends. I know that they would super appreciate it. And who doesn't love getting happy mail anyway? So now I just want to show you how I did this more stepped up card, now that we've completed that one. So I did this one the same, only I turned it the other way. So I used a 2-inch piece by 5 inches here. I did layer it with some Dapper Denim, and then this piece here is actually some of the new Color Theory Designer Series paper. So it is super, super gorgeous with that ombre look. And then of course the backside has sort of this funky crackle that looks super fabulous. But that ombre paper is so perfect for that sky look. So I actually use the top portion because of course you're only going to use the 4-inch piece. So I only used this top portion and didn't use the darker bottom so that I had more of that light bright sky. So that's how I created this stepped up version, added a piece of that designer paper, layered it on some of the Dapper Denim and then onto a Whisper White card base, and did the exact same thing, stamping the greeting and adding the chairs. Super, super fabulous. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You definitely want to check out that Seasonal Layers stamp set, Colorful Seasons stamp set and Seasonal Layers framelit set. It's super fun, and I have a lot more samples coming soon showcasing lots of projects I made in that. So stay tuned. Don't forget to check out my blog, laurastampad.com, so that you can see all of these samples. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all next time. Happy stamping!